We are back with Dr. Jenna Mendelson, licensed clinical psychologist with LeBauer Behavioral Medicine. So how do we know when the stress is too much and we need to get some kind of help, and what are those options for help?
A major red flag that stress may have gotten to be too much is if you start having thoughts like, it wouldn't be so bad if I didn't wake up tomorrow, where like it's not quite like suicidal ideation, but like you're feeling like it would be pretty good if this situation ended. That is a good sign that you are dealing with too much stress, that the situation has become too much and it's time to get help. I often say, though, you don't have to wait till it's a crisis to get help. In fact, in many ways, it's better to just get some help if you're feeling like there's stress in your life and you could use some better coping strategies.
Kind of like when you do your proactive doctor's appointments, that kind of thing too, just a tune up to make sure that you're in the right place, mentally, physically,
Exactly.
all of that. Okay. So what impact has COVID had that you've seen on kids when it comes to stress and anxiety levels?
Yeah, so COVID has really triggered a mental health crisis among children and adolescents in the U.S. and really around the world. There's now a really strong body of evidence indicating that rates of depression and anxiety are higher than ever among children, and especially older adolescents, girls, and people with neurodiversities. So it's really a crisis at this point.
All right, so what do we do about that? What advice do you have for the parents or the caregivers to help their kids who have been impacted this way and are not feeling good physically and mentally?
Mm-hmm. The nice thing about this research is that it did also give us a peek into what are protective factors. So the kids who were able to cope more effectively with COVID and not go on to develop depression and anxiety had a few factors in place, including regular exercise, regular connection with some kind of social support, positive relationships with their families, and access to some kind of entertainment, which of course was really hard during the initial COVID lockdowns, but luckily has gotten easier.
Mm-hmm. Entertainment, like not the kind of like at home, just video games entertainment.
Yeah, I think probably early in COVID, maybe it was just at home, just video games, but the more variety of entertainment, the better.
Okay. All right. Now people are going to baseball games and things of that nature and going to museums and science centers and things of that nature. Okay. So end
Exactly.
of grade course testing, it is right around the corner. That can cause a lot of stress for school age children and their parents. So what advice do you have for those parents and caregivers to help them through that time?
Yeah, I think something that can be so stressful about these end of grade tests, especially for younger kids who maybe haven't encountered this kind of major test that covers so much before, is just how unstructured that at home studying can be. So I think something parents can do to help kids is to add some structure. And that means helping them have designated times where they study, but at least as importantly, that they have designated times where they do things to relax and unwind, like get outside and play with friends and do things that they enjoy.
Okay. And are there some things that you recommend parents avoid saying and avoid doing?
I encourage parents to focus on the process, not the outcome. So providing praise and support for all the hard work their kids are putting in, and placing less of an emphasis on what the grade might be in the end. So helping them to focus on rising to this challenge and all the things that they are doing, the things that are under their control, rather than whatever their grade might be when it's all said and done.
All right, we have just about a minute. I'm looking for some conversation starters for parents so that they can approach situations like with their kids.
Like testing type situations?
Sure, or just stress situations.
Yeah, I think it depends on the kid. So there are some kids who will really rise to the occasion of an open-ended question, and just you can ask, how have things been going lately? And the floodgates will open. Other kids need a more closed-ended question. So like, I noticed you seemed a little grouchier lately. Is everything okay? I know you've got the EOGs coming, so kind of containing it in that way. Either way, a really important component is the focused attention that comes with the question.
Okay, so either open-ended or closed, know your kid, try maybe one or both of them and see what you get. All right, if you missed any of this, the information is going to be on our website, WFMYnews2.com.